What were you guys talking about as I was walking in?
Guys had me laughing. Van and Travis. Trading little stories about when you say the wrong thing on the phone. This usually happens when you're younger, when you're in your early teens or maybe 12 or something like that. And you're talking to, let's say you're talking to your father, and you say, all right, baby, because you're used to talking to your little girlfriend, and you call her baby.
I was 26. That was like a month ago.
Get out of here.
So you said, I love you, baby, to your dad?
And then I quickly covered it up. I was like, daddy, baby daddy.
Baby daddy-o. And then had one with his friend.
Yeah, when I was like 12 or something, I was making plans with my buddy. I was like, all right, so I'll see you tomorrow then. He's like, all right, cool, love you.
Did you call him out on it?
Yeah, I was like, you what?
You what?
He's like, I thought you were my mom, which I don't know what that says about me, but
that is really bad, yeah.
Such a commitment.
Embarrassing. I remember as a kid a couple times in like the department store in Macy's when you're little and you're with your mommy and you think you're walking next to your mom and you reach up and hold her hand and it's somebody else and you just I used to freak out and of course start crying like the big baby I was, but I grabbed like a stranger's hand and a lot of times they'd be like, hey, what are you doing?
And at other times they said, whoa, this is my lucky day.
Yeah.
I got an 80-pounder.
We were in a Dunkin' Donuts, and a song came on, and Bonnie thought I was next to her, and she leaned her head on some stranger's shoulder and started singing it, thinking it was me.
Oh.
Just some guy next to her, and she was so uncomfortable.
Oh, well, that's embarrassing. And when you give the wave to someone, you think it's someone you know, and it's not, and then you got to cover up by like scratching your head. It's just so embarrassing, man.
Or somebody waves to somebody else, and you think it's you.
Oh, you think it's you, and you wave back, and then the other person comes from behind you, goes, "Hi, how you doing?"
And you're like, oh,
and then you got to go walk past them like you're waving to somebody else behind them.
You got a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I got you all beat. The famous walking out of Shea Stadium holding Danny's hand.
Well, that was
nothing beats that story.
That was a joke on you. We're just talking about like circumstances that just happen and you're embarrassed. Yeah. That one was bad.
Yeah.
But
we had box seats for the Mets game because I don't think Rich has heard this story. And I went with Lindsay and Danny. I had 4 tickets, and so we still had an extra one, whatever. But Danny's a huge Mets fan, so we go, have a good time. We want to beat the traffic out, whatever. And I start walking all the way up to the exit, a long walk. And I reach behind me, and I have eye contact, and I grab Lindsay's hand, feeling real good about myself, my new chick. I'm in love. Here I am walking out, getting recognized, waving, hey. Somewhere along the way, they did the old switcheroo. This is why I love my chick, by the way. And she let go of my hand, and Danny grabbed onto my hand. And then she backed way up. So now it looks like, well, it didn't look like it was.
It was.
I was walking out of Shea Stadium waving and acknowledging fans as I'm holding Danny's hand behind me.
And I'm playing it up, too. As I'm holding his hands, I'm just kind of making that, that face.
Looking all coy.
Just like looking around at people like,
Oh, that's horrible.
A little girl in a relationship.
Well, Lindsay to this day goes, you didn't notice the calluses on his hands?
How do you not notice Lindsay's hand as opposed to Danny's hand?
I guess you don't have...
I have nice hands.
I'm not saying you plow fields every day or anything, but I mean, the difference between Lindsay's hand and your hand has to be noticeable.
Very girlish.
And then we got to the exit. Now you're out of the stadium for the most part as far as people checking you out or whatever. And I turn around and they're laughing hysterically. I'm like, no.
How long was this like this?
And and then it hit me. I'm like, oh my God. I know it's different, I guess, than what you guys were talking about, but they are bringing it up like crazy on the instant feedback there.
Yeah, I made it to the parking lot of our local grocery store as a 4-year-old, thinking I was with my mom.
Ooh. And
that was the longest 50 feet when I had to look back. It was like one of those old Hitchcock,
yeah, they do
your mom's driving away laughing.
Oh, probably.
You don't know Mother, do you?
No.
I freaked my mom out once because we went shopping, and I was really little. This is like one of my first memories. I think I was like 5 or something. And she bought me one of those balsa wood little airplanes that you put together with the rubber band. And I wanted to play with it so bad that I took it out of the shopping cart and just walked out of the supermarket and started walking down the street where I thought was home with no sense of direction or anything. And then a cop pulled up and grabbed me, and there was my panicked mother
in the car?
running up to the car.
Oh, okay.
'Cause I guess the cop was right outside. She went, "My son is missing," and he went and looked around and found me.
How far were you from home? Like 2 houses down?
It was probably really
It was
close,
probably
but
like-
to me, it was like it was a journey for a little kid. But I wanted to play with that plane, and then you know what happened because I ran away? I didn't get the plane.
No?
No, she took the plane away as punishment for running away.
And what did your dad say? He shouldn't be playing with planes
I
anyway,
don't
right?
know. He was drinking something.
Right.
Cleaning his gun.
He should be
Cleaning his guns.
He's 7 years old, bro. He should be banging broads.
Banging bras and working. When is he going to contribute to this household, Ro? He's just a kid, Joey. Kid, when I was a kid, don't give me that shit, Ro. Shut up, you piece of shit. I'm a piece of shit. Go fuck yourself. Wham, spaghetti against the wall. Stop arguing. Stop fighting. Why got a stomach ache? Kid doesn't have a stomach ache. You turned him into a pussy, Ro. You want to turn him into a faggot? You want to turn him into a faggot, Ro? Oh, God. Oh, I just should have fucking sucked cock and showed both of them. Look what you did to me.
Like it was yesterday, he remembers this stuff.
Oh.
Hey, we got a great one coming in.
Constant.
Let go and let God.
Shut up, 12-step asshole.
It's a feedback. No name, unfortunately, but the guy writes, I said I love you to a coworker as if she were my wife. Just had nightmares about a harassment lawsuit.
Yeah.
That could get you in deep trouble.
I know I've tripped up on the phone like that, but I can't really remember exactly the circumstance. I think there was an I love you in there once, and it was somebody really inappropriate.
You ever
my
call the
boss
wrong
or something?
You ever call the wrong person? You're like, oh fuck, I don't want to talk to this fucking person. Then you make up some bizarre reason why you're calling them.
Gotta go.
Hey, you gonna be in New York this weekend? New York? I live in Dallas, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, just wondering.
I had a dream about you the other night.
You just try to work your way out of that mess.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, had a dream about you.
Right.
Really disgusting.
Someone's saying, by the way, that spaghetti against the wall never gets old.
Yeah, it did get old.
Hitler Satan from Norway. Hey, Debbie.
Hitler Satan.
Lindenhurst, what's up?
It's evil.
Debbie?
Hey, Debbie.
Oh, hold on, I didn't do my thing.
From Lindenhurst. Isn't this great?
Great iced tea.
Hey, Debbie.
Debbie?
Hi.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi, Debbie. How
Mine
are
wasn't
you?
as bad as Opie's, but when I was in a bar when I was younger with my husband, that we were going out, reached into some other guy's pocket.
Why? What were you looking for besides the obvious?
I don't know. What do you think I was looking for?
Little cack.
Little.
You want a little
Yeah.
cack?
Where's your cack?
Show me your cock.
Where's your quack?
Hey, Debbie, make it seem like Lindenhurst is the place to be.
So what happened? Anything good?
The guy just kind of like looked at me, and I when he turned his face, I was like, oh my God. And just, one of those bolts
What are you
kind of-
doing? Yeah, the touching thing is really strange.
Well, he thought she was,
Yeah.
You ever have somebody online, like maybe you were online at the movie, and this is really awkward, and some kid, I think we talked about this, swings his arm and hits your dick?
I come like a jackrabbit.
It's so embarrassing. Or when one of your friends does that, like you're standing online and they swing their arm and hit your dick.
Yeah, why-
Like, oh, my buddy just touched my cock.
Why do people say they come like a jackrabbit? I mean,
I don't know.
Who has seen a jackrabbit
Well,
come?
you've got to assume by how fast they fuck, they got to really, like, come. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to say I come like a gorilla.
Why don't you keep talking, Mars? No problem.
There's live mics.
I thought I was hearing voices in my head. And then I turned to my left and went, oh, okay, it's Mars. Let's go to Tom the trucker. Tom, what's up?
Hey, I had a comment about, it was kind of along the lines of your whole thinking somebody's waving to you and they're really waving to somebody behind you. Find myself in situations where I'm standing around a lot of other truckers waiting to check in at a receiver or something, and somebody will be on a Bluetooth headset and talking, and you don't realize that they're on a Bluetooth, and they're just talking and they're looking at you, and you start answering them, and then you realize that they're not talking to you, and that kind of thing. And
that happens in cabs a lot. You'll give the cabbie, you'll say like, yeah, I would need to go to 45th and 3rd or something, and they go okay and start driving. Then you hear them go like, and you go, excuse me, and they don't acknowledge you or anything, and then you realize, oh, they're just talking to some terrorist.
It becomes funny after you fall victim to it, though. Then you can stand back and you can watch everybody else do it. Then it becomes fun.
You know, before the Bluetooth craze, when they just started getting out there, how many people thought they were looking at crazy people? Now it's pretty much accepted. If you see someone babbling, you're like, oh, they got to be on a Bluetooth.
Just walking down the street talking to themselves.
Yeah, but at first it was the most bizarre thing. Like, what is wrong with that fucking person?
Yeah. And it's the animated people, really, too, because there are certain people that can just walk and talk. And then there's people that have to, like, make hand movements and emote with their body, and that looks really odd.
How come if you're in a restaurant and somebody, or whatever, it doesn't matter, and somebody's talking on a cell phone, you get mad because they're talking? But if they were just with somebody else and they were talking, you wouldn't get mad.
I understand what you're saying. That kind of, he's kind of making a point.
Like, why don't you shut up? You're on this, we're trying to eat or whatever.
But if he was with company and talking,
you wouldn't say that.
I guess because they don't talk like this when someone's across from him at the table. Hey!
Yeah, maybe they talk a little louder. That's the reason.
Talk low, but you're right. If somebody else was there and they were talking, it would be two people talking.
Also, too, when I'm in a restaurant, if somebody blows their nose, I get crazy.
Yes.
Like, and if they're an older white guy, I'll yell at them. If they're like a big black dude, I won't.
You never know. No.
You don't know who you get. If I know I can beat them, but why would people blow their nose as I'm eating my big meal?
Yeah.
Go in the bathroom.
Go to the bathroom.
It's the worst.
First of all, I don't think you're capable of really blowing your nose to that extent and cleaning everything up and knowing everything is spotless.
Yeah.
I usually, if I'm blowing my nose, I want to be in front of a mirror because I want to make sure there's nothing sticking out.
Yeah.
I don't want any rubber bands left.
Oh, the other day I was picking my nose a little, and I didn't realize it, and I went to take a pee, and next thing I know, I see this booger on my dick.
Oh, God.
I didn't know.
Damn.
I didn't get it on my finger.
Oh, fuck, Rich.
I thought I had a wart on the head of my dick, and it was a little boogie.
Oh, that's disgusting.
That one.
Holy shit.
That's a tough one.
No wonder Bonnie won't put that thing in her fucking mouth.
Let's go to back to Max in Dallas. I think Max just makes up shit at this point, but what the hell?
Booger
Max,
Dick Voss.
Maxie, what's up?
That was a good one, Voss. I was rolling. Now, I ain't making this shit up. 3 weeks ago, my chick got into a pickup that was like the identical color as mine and looked at the guy and says, "What the hell are you doing to my husband's pickup?" And it was another dude's truck. It was the same. Now I'm punching out.
He was spiraling in, but he punched out in time.
I think we've gotten into wrong cars before.
I think that could happen.
Let's go to Kentucky. John, what's up?
Kentucky.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey, buddy.
TNA with O&A Survivor long ago. Great night, man. I can't even remember it.
All right.
Wait, what?
I was at TNA with O&A Survivor out in Buffalo.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, great night, man. I don't remember nothing but parking the car.
Yeah, that's like being in the Nom. There's a few people that realize and remember, and
TNA with O&A.
Band of Brothers.
And Anthony, Buffalo is still part of New York, not Canada.
All right. I love Buffalo. I really do.
I lived up there. Buffalo is South Canada.
Good fans and people up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of blew over real quick when you had the New York problem.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you got there, Johnny?
Yeah, I was having a little Christmas get-together at my house, and my wife was behind me. I reached back to grab her crotch, and it turned out to be my father-in-law had slipped in between us, so I grabbed a handful of his jam.
Shit.
Watch it out, guys.
That's pretty good. Okay, let's get cigars and scotch. Cigars?
I'm sorry.
Why are you laughing?
That was funny.
Yeah, like grabbing your father-in-law's crotch.
Oh, I know what I do.
A big handful of father-in-law balls right in your hand.
Nice, right?
Nice.
That's what he says. That's what he says to you. Nice,
Nice.
right?
Thank you, son.
I knew it. I saw it in your eyes.
I might have told you this.
Let's say we lose the dead weight and get this party
Get
started.
rid of that gal.
Cock block. When I was getting married to my first wife, Kelly, they were having an engagement party. The whole families, everybody was in there sitting down. My family, her family. I might have told you this. And her last name was Gilligan. So we opened the presents. We opened the presents, and I went to say thank you. And I want to thank Mr. and Mrs. Wadley, my ex-girlfriend's last name. I said in front of everybody.
Yeah, that's a slip.
Oh, man.
I did that once with a girlfriend.
What?
You ever do that? You call a girlfriend by your ex's name
all the time.
at the beginning of the relationship. You really got to watch your ass.
I did it one time only.
Really?
Yeah. I think a lot of people have done that.
Yeah, that's a bad one.
I think a lot of people have done that, but they're not really willing to admit it or talk about it.
It's because it's such a traumatic experience.
It's really bad. But
that one's one that you just like, oh, you got to just profusely apologize. It's just, oh my God, I'm sorry. Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
What do you do first? Do you apologize or wipe her face off first? Which one do you do first?
No. Oh my God, you say that during like sex? Or...
No, not during sex.
No.
I've never done that during sex where you say the wrong name. Why, have you done that?
No.
But like
way.
you just walk in, you're hanging out, and then you go, oh, and then you say a name and go, oh, fuck, that's not who I'm with right now.
I did it one time during sex, and she goes, "Who's Frank?"
Rich.
Yeah,
Stan?
I've mentally rehearsed my naughty talk because I was like, all right, you're probably going to say the right name, but let's just go through it.
Yeah, exactly.
One time in your head.
You do
That's
not
right.
want to slip up, man. Oh,
Hey, let's say hi to...
awful.
There's some great ones coming in. This was just such a throwaway thing that happened as we were setting up here, but the phones, you guys got them ringing. Cigars, go ahead. I'm sorry. Getting back to you here.
I was at my mother-in-law's house, and I came up behind what I thought was my wife. Started doing a two-handed shoulder rub. Got my mouth right next to her ear. Did a creepy little like. Turned around. It was my sister-in-law. Like a kick in the chest.
Oh, wow.
I can't explain my way out of this. They don't even have the same hair.
What are you doing? And I remember another one. Okay.
Thanks, cigars.
I was in a movie theater. My girlfriend couldn't make it to the movies, so I went with my brother's girlfriend. And we were just sitting in the movies, watching the movie. And at one point, just unconsciously, I reached over and put my hand on her thigh. And, like, just rubbed, like, one rub. And then I looked over, and she's looking at me like, what the fuck? She's got a what the fuck are you doing face on. I was like, holy shit, I'm so sorry. Oh, my God, I didn't. Because I was going to go with my girlfriend. I felt like such an ass, turned completely fucking red.
I think your brain just lets its guard down every once in a while.
Yeah, it was one of those natural moves. Like, I'm watching the movie. I really just thought I was with a girl. It was my girlfriend. I was supposed to be there with my girlfriend, so I just kind of whomp.
Explain the cock and the popcorn then.
Yeah, that's just mandatory. I do that no matter who I go to the movies with. Here, Mom, have some popcorn.
I don't even have to go to the movies. I just carry popcorn with
Do it
me.
at home. Doesn't matter. Children's hospital. Whatever. Yeah.
Let's go to...
Do you have change for... And, hey, you want some popcorn?
Popcorn here?
let's go to Newburgh. Newburgh, what's up, Mark?
Hi, good morning, guys.
What do we know about Newburgh?
I don't know.
What is Newburgh known for?
Is Newburgh trivia?
Yeah.
Used to be known for a lot of crime.
Yeah.
The Nuremberg trials. Oh, no.
Not Nuremberg. Newburgh.
Like my hometown is Centerport.
Mm-hmm.
Not much to know. Maybe
old fishing port.
A lot of clamors in Centerport.
Mm-hmm.
What could you tell us about Newburgh?
Not a whole lot.
You had that bridge that leads to the prison.
That's correct. Well,
Oh, look at this. Rich Voss knows a little bit about Newburgh.
What bridge and what prison?
Newburgh Beacon Bridge.
Newburgh Beacon Bridge, and it goes right past two of the biggest on each side. There's like a prison on each side. They're unbelievable. You can pull over and just stare at them all night.
That sounds like a hell of an evening.
How bad do you need cock?
These are remarkable prisons. I mean, they look like this big mental institution prisons.
Yeah.
Aren't they big? What ones are they called?
I have no clue.
Yeah, right. Mark doesn't want to talk about Newburgh. What do you got, Mark?
No, hey, it doesn't matter. I just don't know a whole lot about the town I've lived in for 40 years. Anyway, I gotten out of the hospital. I had my hand in a cast because I had cut some tendons and ligaments. I had a prostate operation, so I had a colostomy bag sticking out of my cock. And unfortunately, I had my well pump had gone at my house. And I called all over the place looking for someone to fix it. No one could. And finally I find a plumber who says, "Oh, yeah, no problem. You sound like you're in a real tough bind."
Well, can I make the obvious joke? Your well and your pump also was on the fritz.
Correct. So I finally find a plumber that's willing to come up and do it. And just not thinking about it, I said, "Oh, man, I love you." And there was silence on the phone. And he's like, "Excuse me?" I said, "Oh, no, I'm just really happy you can make it." He goes, "Yeah, just give me a handshake, that's all."
Oh, so
you intentionally said it, though.
Plumber, you love him.
You were excited to see him.
Yeah. Thanks, sir. Let's go to Carl in Jersey. Carl.
Hey, what's happening?
Hey.
I was in the cafeteria lunchroom, and I'm sitting across from a friend of mine. We're eating, and I reached down. I thought I dropped a piece of crumb on my shirt. I eat it, and I think to myself, I haven't been eating corn. Why does this taste like corn? And he coughs, and another piece hits me, and I look, and he's eating corn, and I guess that was his corn.
Oh, shit. Oh.
You ate someone else's spit up. Wow.
Punch it out.
Just the fact that he was going to eat his own food off his...
Dude, where's my weed? Florida cops give out number to reclaim 60 pounds of pot. Look at that picture on MSNBC.
To reclaim.
Yeah, do we know a little
Why
more
would they
about
want
that?
it? Why would they? That's silly.
Dude, where's my weed? There's a couple more coming in.
Joe Curry had a real bad one, too. Blankfoot. We were smoking pot and pretty stoned, and someone hawked a loogie on a chain link fence, and it stretched between two links on the chain link fence. And the guy that did it went, "Oh, man, look at that Luger." He goes, "Look at that loogie," or Luger, longer, whatever he said. Joe Curry thought he said, "Look at that doob," thinking that there was a joint wedged in the fence. So all we saw was our friend go, "Look at that Luger," and Plankfoot walk up and grabbed it. And pulled it toward him, thinking it was a joint. He was that fucked up. And we had no idea what his mindset was. We were like, why is he grabbing someone's fucking lung snot hanging from a fence?
Yeah, snot is a rough one. Justin in Kansas. Justin.
Yo, what's up, dudes?
Hey, man.
Go back for holidays with my new chick and everything, and a bunch of us go out, local bar there, get all fucked up, and go back home. Well, my brother's there, too. Go home with the chick, lay in bed. She's like, "I got to go piss." She's all drunk. Comes back in. I end up passing out. Wake up next morning. She's laying in bed with my brother.
She's in bed with your brother?
Yeah, well, she got all fucked up, got in the wrong bed, whatnot, and I'm punching out.
Intentional, maybe?
One time I was at the gym, and I was bench pressing. So I go to this guy, "Can you spot me?" Actually, I went, and a lunger flew out of my mouth. And he was and landed on his pants. And it's so embarrassing, like when you're cleaning your lunger off of some guy. It wasn't a big one. It was just a little flying mucus that came out of my throat from grunting.
He returned the favor by teabagging during the next set.
Push the weights back on your neck and fuck your mouth.
Let's go to John, North Carolina.
It wasn't at Attica.
Speaking of Attica, John's got something for you. I think, huh?
I can't believe you let this one go by. Rich Voss with his hot prison stories. Now he's telling you where the hot prisons are.
Yeah, where you can stand at night and watch hot prisoners.
From the bridge, you got a nice view into cell block C.
Yeah, what's that? You're obsessed with prisons, Rich.
Oh.
Let's go to Jeff in Texas. Jeff.
Hey, I had that similar mistake slipping up, telling people things on the phone. I left my ex-wife. We had to make the whole kid exchange custody thing, calling up to arrange to make that change, and I made that little slip up where when we were hanging up the phone, I go, all right, I love you for a habit of being married for 6 years. And I just sat there and like,
so you said love you to your ex-wife.
So you looked like a douche.
Oh, it was my choice to leave, so here I am thinking, oh, great, she's thinking I want to fix things now.
Say, not you.
Yeah.
Yeah, oops, sorry. Anyways, punching out, guys, thanks.
Thanks, sir. Chris in Carolina. We get so many calls from Carolina. It's time to acknowledge that. Chris, what do you got?
Well, my brother and I had a boat, and we could actually stay out on it for the weekend. Our wives would go out, and we'd usually get pretty messed up, play cards, and the girls went to bed. And so I was turning in and got in the bunk where I assumed my wife was going to be and kind of spooned up. And, you know, I was like, hey. And my brother's wife was kind of like, hey. So it was kind of an awkward moment where it was kind of like, well, you know, do I go with this or not? And it was like, well, no, I better just get the fuck out of this bed.
And nothing happened after that?
Oh, fuck no. No, Jesus Christ. It was just like, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, you know, because that was not a good moment.
That's a good one. There you go. Getting in bed with the brother's wife. Thank you, sir.
I have another real quick one.
Oh, yeah.
This time I was producing a radio show in Philadelphia, and the talent of that show texted me calling me baby, and that he was going back to his hotel room for a little nappy. That was a funny mix-up.
That is true. I forgot about that.
Love and miss.
You fucker.
Mike in Kentucky, what's up?
Hey, a year ago at Christmas, I was at my house doing the Christmas dinner thing. I walked into the kitchen and saw what I thought was my wife getting something out of the oven. Walked up behind her and gave her a good goose, and it was my mother-in-law.
Oh, you goosed your mother-in-law?
Her ass looks like
I certainly did.
your wife's ass.
Oh, that's not very good.
There you go.
If you mistake your mother-in-law's ass for your wife's.
All right. Henry Crinkley. Henry. From Hopper Street writes, I'm a cop.
You idiot.
I'm working with a guy I hardly know. A chick is walking towards us smiling. I say to him, I wonder what this ugly cunt wants.
No.
He proceeds to tell me it's his girlfriend.
Ow. Is that the one with all the shit in her face? That's my wife.
Hey, we got to meet AJ Poop, but we can't blow off Jeff in Middletown. Jeff, what's up?
Hey, guys, what's up?
Hey.
I was playing a volleyball game, and right before it started, my hemorrhoid that I had for a while had burst. But I was prepared for this, so I took some those Tux pads and plugged it up there to soak up all the dark blood. And during the are you guys still there?
Yeah, I'm just fucking gagging. Dark hemorrhoid blood being sucked up in a Tux pad. Okay, we're with you.
Thank God it's in between meals right now.
Oh, my nose.
I dove for a ball in one play, and I felt a little slippage, and I knew that it fell out. So I tried kicking it under the sand, and I realized during the next play that someone had stepped on it and was investigating what it was. So to make a long story short, I know this
It's already a long story. You can't say to me,
shut up.
It's fucking long already. I don't care.
Face.
I love you, boss. I love you. So the next game, I had shoved another pack of Tux up there, and when I felt it getting really soaked with blood, I very awkwardly stuck my hand down my pants to pull it out. And then when no one was looking, I tried to throw it out of bounds, like over a fence.
Yeah.
And I guess the blood didn't weigh it down enough. so it got stuck on this fence, and it spread out perfectly like a bloody flower. And then everyone's looking at it afterwards like, what the fuck is that? So I got that.
All right, that's pretty disgusting and embarrassing.
Right on, Jeff. I think we're going to take one more. It's Neil in Houston. Neil, what's up?
Hey, what's happening, boys?
What up?
Oh, dude, I can't even believe I'm telling the story. But it was probably a couple years ago, I was managing a restaurant. And for some reason, I guess I had the feeling to just go jack it. And so when I finished, I walked
Get the feeling.
When I walked out my office door, one of my servers asked me what was that, with this like horrified look on her face. And I looked down and I had like cum on my leg.
Oh man, dude.
I was mortified. I just turned around, walked in, and cleaned it off.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Thanks, guys.
There you go.
On stage one time, I was wearing white painter pants when I first started comedy. I didn't have any underwear on, and I took a piss in the bathroom. I didn't realize, but it left bright yellow stains. And I'm on stage, and some girl in the audience goes, "Look, he has piss stains," and the whole audience was pointing at me. And
That's a horror.
I was only doing comedy for like 3 or 4 years, and I had to close the show, and it was the beginning of my set. So I'm up there the whole time, and all I'm thinking about is everybody's looking at these.
Everyone's just looking at your piss stains. Look, he's got piss stains. What a cunt.
And
Jesus, keep your mouth shut.
And then one time in Fort Lauderdale, right before I was ready to go on, I farted, but a little shit came out, and they were ready. And I had to run in the bathroom and take my underwear off and put it in the garbage and go up on stage with like shitty ass. You know what I mean? Like you could just feel the moisture.
Oh, who hasn't ditched underwear?
God.
Yeah.
Damn. Rich, you're disgusting.
You really are like an old man.
This was
He's
a long
shitting
time.
himself.
I know,
He's
but-
pissing himself. He's putting snot on his dick.
You do things that like old men do.
Piss yourself and shit yourself.
Right. And have snot on your dick.
Yeah.